Hello, all. This is David Martin, psychotherapist and LMFT, again here with another video for you all. Um, so I wanted to focus in on uh, the fourth pillar in regards to my empowered parent blueprint, which is on advocacy. And I wanted to focus in on one key component of advocacy for your children by teaching them to self-advocate, right? If you teach them to self-advocate, that's half the battle, right? Because you don't have to advocate for them. You're teaching them how to advocate for themselves. And which in turn takes, if you are able to teach them to do it, that takes a lot of extra work off your shoulders as parents. So, um, so today we're going to focus in on that fourth component. Um, but instead of just talking about how to advocate for your child, we want to dig a little deeper and focus in on teaching your child to self-advocate. So why is this important? Because kids who can voice their needs, set boundaries, and speak for themselves grow up to be confident, resilient adults. And the earlier you start teaching them self-advocacy, the more empowered your child can become and will become. So let's talk about how to make that happen, right? Because again, you want your kids to be independent and develop into um, self-actualized, confident, empowered adults. So how to teach your child self-advocacy. These are the key strategies. Excuse me. So the first one is model healthy advocacy for yourself. So kids are going to learn by watching you. They're sponges, of course, right? They see everything. Monkey see, monkey do. Show them how you respectfully speak up for yourself at restaurants, schools, or doctor's offices, just to name a few. So an example of this is um, I'd like to ask for a quiet table, please. That helps us enjoy our meal. So calmly, assertively, conscious of your emotions, conscious of how you're presenting yourself, modeling that for your kids is really, really important. Moving on to number two, teach kids to identify their needs. Help them notice what makes them feel comfortable. Help them identify what they're uncomfortable with, what they're anxious about, and what they're excited about. Um, so it's really, really important that you teach them to identify what their needs are and how they're feeling. Moving on to number three, practice self-advocacy at home. So you can do this at home by role-playing situations where they can practice speaking up. Flip the roles around them. Have them be the parent and have them be the kid. And again, switch the roles around and teach them how to self-advocate by doing role plays and practicing it out loud. Number four, empower their voice with choices. Give them safe chances to decide on basic needs like clothes, snacks, and activities that they like to do. This builds confidence in expressing their opinions. Number five, normalize boundaries. Teach them it's okay to say no or I need space. An example of this is if you don't want a hug right now, that's okay. You can use your words to let someone know, right? Normalize those boundaries for them. Number six, teach assertive, not aggressive language. Help them use I statements instead of blaming or demanding. An example of this would be, I feel upset when I don't get a turn. Can I go next, please? Number seven, validate their feelings when they try. Even if they stumble, praise the effort. An example of this is, I love how you told me what you needed. That was brave. Number eight, encourage questions. Teach them to ask why. And can you explain yourself? Can you Talk a little bit more about that. Can you help me understand the situation? This builds critical thinking and confidence to challenge unfairness. Number 9, give them advocacy tools for different settings. So give them a script for school. Practice doing that. A script for school would mean I need a break or I'm not feeling well. Can you please help me with that? Things like that. Phrases for friendships. I don't like that, or please stop. I don't like when you do that. I do like when you do this for me. Language for home. Can I have quiet time? Can I have some space? Just to name a few. And then finally, number 10, celebrate small wins. Highlight moments when they advocate for themselves. An example of this is you told your teacher you needed help. That's really, really good. You spoke up for yourself. You asked for help. So I want to list 6 common barriers to self-advocacy, right? These are really, really important that parents are aware of these, and this might present themselves in their kids. Fear of disappointing their parents. So a perfect phrase for this is if I ask for what I need, they'll be upset with me. The second one, cultural or family messages. If you're presenting to the children that they should be seen, not heard, that's not promoting self-advocacy. That's a faulty belief system that has been parented from generation to generation that does not work. So teach your kids that it's okay to speak up and to refrain from that message. Overprotective parenting. Parents stepping in too quickly to fix something or overparent them, or I see helicopter parents, that don't let their kids breathe, right? So allowing them to parent themselves without being overprotective. Low confidence, low self-confidence. Kids can experience that, or a fear of rejection. Parents modeling codependency instead of empowerment. I spoke about this in a previous video about parents that are codependent and teaching those same type of codependent behaviors. So being aware of that. And then finally, punitive responses to children just being honest, right? Please do not be punitive if your kid's being honest. You want them to be honest, right? You want them to be able to speak up. So when you empower your child to self-advocate, you're not just preparing them for childhood, you're preparing them for life. Self-advocacy builds resilience, confidence, and independence. And when kids know their voices matter, they carry that belief into school, friendships, and eventually adulthood. If this video was helpful, please like, subscribe, and share this video. And remember, advocacy isn't just about speaking for your child, it's about raising a child who can one day speak for themselves. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like more content, you can look down in the description bar and it'll tell you how to get in contact with me via my website or my other social media platforms. Please do provide feedback for more videos. And again, I hope this was helpful to you all, and I'll see you all in the next video.